ugly motherfucker.
The aliens won't let it happen. You reveal all their secrets.
Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound.
An alien kept deep under the ground in Area 51.
If aliens are real.
The truth is, Macy, we haven't actually made direct contact with aliens yet.
It's unexplained aerial phenomenon.
Midnightaliens.
The Midnight Alien.
Midnightaliens. The Midnight Alien.
Hi everyone, this is Bako Bams coming at you from China. We're here to talk about the unbearable episode of Bear. Go ahead, Bear.
Yay.
Take three.
Yeah, take three. Welcome to the Midnight Aliens. Hey man, we've had some technical difficulties. Just like right now. Holy smokes, dude. Okay, anyway. We have been out for a while and we want to post a quick episode. We want to keep you guys informed of what's been going down. We've been doing a little traveling. Went to Turkey twice.
Charity work.
Dominican Republic. Yeah, and then we're currently recording from Indonesia.
How's your palm feel? Your palm feel good?
Oh, my palm feels good.
Oh yeah. Awesome. It feels so good, huh? Nice and veiny.
5 days a week.
Oh yeah. Oh,
anyways,
gotta work it.
Okay, so my partner's here. This is the Skeleton Crew, by the way, the most dedicated of the Midnight Aliens. Myself, Bear, you know a little bit of my military experience and stuff like that. So my partners, coworkers,
got a million questions.
Cats in crime. They want to ask me questions about, kind of like what I did and all that stuff, whatever. I only did a little over 4 years, but I got to experience a lot. I did get to travel a lot.
You want to say which military this was for?
I went to the Army.
For what country? Do you want to say what country?
And
he's a Marine.
Oh! Shut your ass up! I have higher standards.
Hey, since you're a Marine, don't you want to go out and get a smoke right now?
Absolutely not. But anyways, I was Army. I was stationed at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and that's about all the information you're going to get from me because 82nd is huge, so there's no way you're going to track me down. So each individual is going to go around, introduce themselves. They're all going to ask me different questions, and I'm going to do my best to answer them. I am sworn to secrecy in some areas, whatever. Whatever. So I can't tell you much about here. North Korea and other stuff, whatever. So go ahead, fellas. Rock on.
Bams first.
Oh, I'm asking questions first?
Yeah. Interview.
They ever make you go butt naked for them?
Yes.
Ah, yeah! They cavity check you?
Why?
I don't know.
Why are you cheering that?
He's gonna join. I have a mental picture in my brain. Oh yeah, you looking good now.
All right, next question.
Next question.
They cavity check you?
No, I've never been cavity checked.
Good. That would be embarrassing.
Fortunately enough, I didn't serve in the Navy. Fortunately enough, although they were gentle, no, I can ensure you that my backside is an exit only. So
your butt cheeks are a virgin.
Can't trust them. Oh yeah, definitely.
Sworn to secrecy.
So
when? Hold on. So when are you allowed?
When did they do this and did they video record it?
When are you allowed to grow your hair?
Was I allowed to grow my hair?
No, when are you allowed? Because the first day you start boot camp over, they shave all your hair, right?
Yeah.
They so when do they allow you give you permission? Like, okay, you've been here long enough. Now you could grow your hair, your beard, whatever you want.
We weren't allowed to grow. We had to stay bald the whole time in basic training. So the whole.
I mean, but even after, when's the first day you were allowed? The
training,
first day.
First day they.
So when you become an actual soldier after basic training.
Yeah, they buzz you the whole time. For graduation, they actually allowed a few of us, the ones who wanted it, to rock high and tights, which is, I hate them still to this day. Every time I see one, I just want to shave their head because it's like, dude, you don't have anything on top anyway, so you might as well just shave it off. It looks stupid. Anyways, that's my personal opinion. But yeah, when I went to AIT, which is Advanced Individual Training, to learn more of the basics of my job, they allowed us to have high and tights, and then the drill sergeants actually liked us because we were really good soldiers. We were respectful. Every time he always asked us to do something, we were like always jolly on the spot and stuff. So he actually allowed us to have like high fades. So believe it or not, man, we were happy because we didn't have to rock that ridiculous, stupid high and tight anymore. And look like, super soldier fags and just, I'm in the army. Oh, I want to be a Marine. And so yeah. Anyways, so Kuhn, what's your question?
What is your most frequent question asked by a civilian?
By a civilian? Most personal and dumbest question, and I hate this, and if you ever meet a combat veteran, never ask them this question. This is way too personal, dude. And
More personal than butt naked?
yeah, more personal than butt naked, dude. so how many people did you kill? Or did you kill
any?
Or did you kill anybody?
That's the phrase.
That is the most annoying question ever, man. It's just freaking, seriously, guy, that's like, you want to know like how many airplanes I jumped out of, or how many airplanes broke down mid-air that we had to jump out in a hurry, and stuff like that. Like you don't want to know any kind of information ever. You just, did you kill anybody? Call of Duty. Kill streak. How many barrels did you use? One in each arm. I got that cheat code. So Kuhn, next question.
Next question. All right.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a stupid one. The other question that I get asked. Okay, you're in the military, and they found out in the army. Oh, do you know so and so? Really? Do you even know how big the army is?
Absolutely.
How many units they are? Reserve units, active duty units, nasty girl units, which is National Guard. It's like, do you know so and so? And it's just like, no, I don't. Even in the 82nd, dude's like, oh yeah, my cousin's 82nd. Do you know so and so? I'm like, what unit is he from? What brigade? What unit? What freaking?
What country?
What division? Tell me. So yeah, that was the other annoying question. So yeah, Faded, your turn.
Would you recommend someone, an 18-year-old man or boy coming out of high school, to go join any kind of military right now?
Yes and no.
Well, why would you recommend?
If they came
Especially
from
someone like straight from high school, not even like 20, 21 years
If
old.
they came from a similar background like me, ghetto kid, violent, don't really know what they're doing with their life and stuff like that, then yeah, I definitely encourage it, dude, because it gives you a lot of...
Gives you focus.
It gives you focus, training, strength.
Discipline.
It gives you a hell of a lot of discipline. Well, when I was in, it gave me a lot of discipline, but I joined in 2005, which some people were like, oh, I was weak. Like, no, our drill sergeants were not weak at all. And in AIT, same thing. Our drill sergeants were not weak. So, but now, like right when I was getting out, they didn't what's called a shark attack. So like they bring you in what we called a cattle truck, because that's exactly what the heck it looked like. It was a diesel truck in the front, and you got smushed in this trailer. You seriously got smushed in this trailer, dude. Like everybody, and just like it's hard to breathe. There's only 2 windows in the whole freaking trailer, and it's like a 20 or 30 footer, man. And like they haul you in with this cattle truck, whatever, and then you hear the drill sergeants outside whispering, and they open the door, get the fuck off my truck! Get off my truck! And they're just like, they're up in your face, they're pushing you over, they're kicking you, they're grabbing your gear and just tossing it down the road as far as they can and stuff. And they don't do that anymore. And it's just like, dude, that was like honestly fun in a way, because it seriously, it scares the crap out of you. You know, I couldn't take a piss without permission. I couldn't take a crap without permission. I couldn't shower without permission. I couldn't wipe my nose without permission, you know. And now it's just like, I've seen like videos online where people are in formation and guys are looking left, they're looking right, their eyes are wandering, and it's like, dude, our standards were severe. You know, you look to the left or right without permission, dude, you got the piss smoked out of you. I mean, it was horrible. So if you don't have any direction, you want to serve your country, dude, you want to get some college dollars and stuff like that, rock on, go for it. You know, especially a ghetto kid like me that, like, well, my dad was Army also. He got drafted in Vietnam, and he He wasn't a pansy. He didn't flee to Canada. He didn't go to Mexico. He didn't tear up the letter and say, "Oh, I didn't receive it" and all that crap, whatever. No, he gladly signed up when he was 18, when he got drafted, whatever, and bounced out to Vietnam. You know, and my dad was a badass. So, yeah, we'll get more into that hopefully later. But that'd be my only recommendation for people like that. Like, if you already know that you lack discipline, if you already know that you lack guidance and stuff like that, it's a huge eye opener once you get treated like a 6-year-old and you're a grown ass man. So. Like I went in when I was 22.
What was there at boot camp? There was a lot of people that quit. Like emotionally.
We had everybody got broken.
Absolutely, like not like they can't do it no more.
Oh yeah, first day, man. After Shark Attack, after we got assigned our bunks, the 2 drill sergeants came in and we're going to be your drill sergeants, you're going to address us as this, you're going to address us as that, blah, blah, so on and so forth. And then it's just like, if anybody thinks they've made a mistake and this is not for them, go outside right now, we'll tear up your contract, we'll bygones be bygones, whatever, we'll get you out of it, whatever.
Not true, no.
This kid, 17 years old, he joined when he was 17. I think he got to us when he was 18. So he transferred, or he had barely gotten 18 when he started basic training. And dude, he picked up his crap and he practically bolted out that door. Like, he was out there quick. And then we heard it outside. Get in the front of the arrest. And they were just ripping into him verbally and stuff like that. And like all of us were kind of like looking at each other like, oh crap, dude, we're so glad like nobody else moved. Because he was the only kid. Like, of course he was scared, and he had never been away from home, and he lived a very secluded life, and he was a country boy, but his parents were rich, so he like never did anything. He was an only child. So I forgot his name, but
let's call him Timmy. No.
Yeah, let's call him Tim. Go rip. But yeah, he just.
Did he leave though, or he went back in there?
No, hell no. That was just a psychological test.
Oh.
They wanted to see how weak you were. Like, oh crap, dude, I made a mistake. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
Once you sign up, you're theirs.
Oh yeah. The only way you can get out is medical discharge or mental discharge, which is it goes hand in hand. But if you're mental, like some guy, he made it to basic training with us. He was there for 3 weeks. Or 4 weeks, I think. It wasn't long after we got our weapons. He cocked his weapon and went and shot another soldier while he was sleeping. We're not allowed to have ammunition, only on the range. But he cocked his weapon. He was sleepwalking. He cocked his weapon and went over and dry fired another soldier in his sleep.
You kill him?
He woke up. No, there's no ammunition.
Oh.
So it was a dry fire. So no ammunition, whatever, and they kicked him out immediately. Like, you can't have a medical condition like that, like sleepwalking or asthma or they said flat feet, but I got flat feet. So, and I was actually one of the fastest runners, believe it or not. Well, not in basic training. I was a fat boy, but but I caught up real quick. So yeah.
What's the coolest thing you ever found?
Coolest thing I ever found?
Mm-hmm.
A boot camp at?
No, and just like when you're across seas in Afghanistan or whatever.
Oh man, the whole.
Like the coolest thing you ever found.
Wait, we're still at the boot camp.
Can't jump.
I want to
No,
know.
you can't jump.
I jump. I jumped out of planes. What was the coolest thing? Coolest thing I found? Crap, man.
Found Jesus.
No.
You found no Zark. You're chewing too loud.
No.
The whole. Oh my bad.
We were out on patrol and we, one of my boys tripped on a dummy landmine. That scared the crap out of us.
A dummy landmine?
Yeah, they'll put fake ones, so you would call EOD out, and then while EOD was going out for the fake one, they would step on the real one. So one of my boys tripped on a fake one, so that scared the crap out of us. That was in Iraq, first tour. up north, and that, I guess, coolest thing, I guess. I don't know. And one day we were out walking again because we were a dismounted unit. We only roll in trucks when we needed to. Everywhere else, we freaking walk and ran and hiked and all that crap. But one of my boys, same thing. We were walking and his foot had like hit something, and then he kind of jolted because he thought it was a landmine because we were getting hit with those quite a bit, and he ended up. It was a Chinese 105 shell. So what they would use in artillery. Well, he had tripped over that. Same thing, we called in our EOD team, and they dug up a massive, what we call a cache. So we found AK-47s, we found the 105 rounds, we found mortar rounds, we found their little goodie place, I guess you can say, out in the middle of nowhere in the desert. So I think that was another cool thing.
There's like no fucking robot or something to like detect fucking landmines or anything? Like scan?
Yeah, we got R2-D2, but he's only used when we find something. They're not just gonna, okay, bon voyage, just have him cruise around the desert.
Why not?
Until find something. Why?
Because like in front of you guys are fucking walking, and then you have that
tax
thing,
money.
like,
yeah, exactly.
like just scanning, like saying no one's stuck on the fucking mine. You know what I mean?
Very expensive.
Yeah, it's a $250,000 machine. Man. They only want to blow.
So
They only want to blow.
How much money do
They
they
only
have?
want it to blow up when it's convenient.
That's bullshit. Like, come on.
Well, welcome to the army.
So tying in with that next question, I don't know if it's too personal, but what's the scariest thing you've seen or been?
The spider. They ran over and on. I'm just kidding.
No, that's no. Okay, we'll answer Bam's.
Nothing too personal, but
No. To answer Bam's question first, yeah, we would find camel spiders and fight them. We'd get.
I remember that story you said.
Our family would send us boxes, like care packages and stuff. So we would find sheets of plastic. We would put little bits of sand and stuff, whatever, in the box. We'd find scorpions and camel spiders, and we would put them in a box and fight them. So, like, we would name them, Spunky, Harry, Cubert, like weird, Speedy, just weird, random, funky names, whatever. And we would fight them. That was a good time. Scariest thing. Scariest like experience or what was the question again?
Scariest thing you ever seen?
Scariest, I guess, experience. That'd be good.
Experience. Since I know you guys pretty well, I don't know you listeners, but I know you guys pretty well.
Nothing too personal.
No, it's not going to give away too much information, but it's one of the reasons I have PTSD.
That's another question. PTSD. That'll be for later.
A 57mm rocket hit right in front of me, like from here to that closet, or probably closer. And when a rocket hits, it still gives off a little bit of shockwave. It didn't explode, but it hit. Actually, it probably was closer than that. I don't know. Probably 10, 12 feet. 10 feet maybe. And it hit, a little shockwave, knocked me on my ass. I hit my head. I looked up between my boots, and there it was. And I can honestly say I almost crapped myself because I thought I was going to die. I was like, oh crap, I'm ready to meet God. Like, I'm going to meet God today, that's it. And two dudes were behind me, and they saw it, and then they ran. I was like, bros, bro, don't leave me. My leg. Never received any award for that. Never got any paperwork done or anything like that. They actually wanted to keep it hush, so it still doesn't say anything. So
what do you mean hush?
A lot of stuff happened that, like I said before we started this podcast, a lot of stuff happened, dude. I can't talk about.
Oh,
so,
I mean, like, okay. I thought you meant like they don't want you, like they didn't want you to tell somebody, like you
were interacting with aliens.
You got attacked.
You were guarding the mothership.
No, but we did talk about that once.
What, aliens?
Yeah, I told you the trippy thing I saw.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me and my boy on another podcast. And I mean, it could have been we were tired, dude. But then again, like, how could two people see the same thing at the exact same time? I don't know.
Russia.
Joseph Smith.
It was weird.
He saw it too.
So yeah, that was one of the scariest things, or freaky, or weirdest things, whatever. Not weirdest, but like that was one of the scariest things I experienced. What's up?
Are there actually any hot chicks over there? Because everybody's covered. Right? I just wondering.
Actually, I was just talking to a customer today, and because there's a couple gals that work there, whatever, and they're cute, blah blah whatever. And I was like, yeah, dude, you should just treat it like we treat it in deployment. And when we would talk, like, oh, dude, this girl's hot, and I'm like, is she deployment hot, like, or is she garrison hot? Like, garrison's what we call here in the States. It's just like, is she garrison hot or is she deployment hot? It's like, oh, well, she's deployment like a 7. I'm like, oh, then back home she's like a solid 3. So we had a few females in our unit. None of them I was attracted to. I wasn't. Okay. I personally wasn't. They unfortunately got a little busy, so yeah. So they were friendly with the other guys, but I mean,
how's the food over there?
The actual in-town food, Iraqi food, honestly isn't that bad. Or we were just really hungry. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It was.
Did you get
what did it consist of mostly? Because it's like mostly desert.
Chicken and rice was like one of their famous dishes, but their rice was weird because it's never white, it's never brown, it's always green.
Green?
In the desert, it's green?
Yeah.
What the
It's
heck?
green. It's green rice. I don't know if they actually prepare it that way or if they grow green rice. It's just like...
So it could be white rice with green sauce or sauce or whatever.
Yeah, it could be. I never saw white rice, though.
That's crazy.
While I was there, never once. It was always green rice, and I'm like, hey, sir, is this safe to eat? Like, and then the other part of me is like, I haven't ate for 9 hours.
You ever find any cool weapons like gold guns, like bronze knives or something?
Hell yeah,
diamond coated.
Hell yeah.
Something cool.
We were there's a SF unit or SF team, excuse me, attached to us, and they had their own little compound. So it was like a miniature base inside the base. I mean, it had barbed wire. No one was allowed in there unless you were assigned to go there or whatever the case may be. And I got to go in there because I ended up befriending 2 of them that were there. I'm not allowed to talk how many's there, but yeah. I befriended 2 of them, and they took me in their compound, dude. And I kicked myself in the ass for not taking pictures, or at least not asking them to take pictures, because they had nickel-plated. I mean, shiny, as big as this wall. M79 grenade launcher, nickel-plated AK-47s, nickel-plated AK-74s, gold-plated AK-47s. They had Russian-type weapons. They had Chinese-type weapons. They had an RPG loaded on the wall. It's just like, you guys are so cool! That kind of thing. So, yeah, that was awesome. They had their own... They I don't know. They had like everything was cool about them. Like, all their gear, all their weapons. And just, yeah.
You're like, how do I join?
Yeah, how do I join? I should have went.
So what's the funniest thing that happened? That you think about it and you just start cracking up laughing because it was so stupid that it just...
Oh, man. Funniest thing...
We'll name a couple then.
Had to be here in the States. And we were in training. And they never really messed with me that much when I was a private. And like the more I got up in rank, it was like, let's just leave him alone, kind of thing. It just was. I don't know if because I beat up so many people,
you're a bear,
or whatever it may be. But I'm just kidding, by the way.
He's not kidding.
He's a teddy bear.
But they mess with the new privates. The privates, yeah, the lower ranking.
They messed with your
fellas.
privates.
No, well, that one time. But they had a sleeping bag race. So when we were out in the field, we're out there for like 2 weeks, dude, and like it just sucked. No shower. They brought us food once in a while because they had us train, for being overseas. And they wanted the youngsters, the new privates, whatever, to understand, hey, dude, you don't get food every day. You don't get sleep every day. This is how you're going to operate overseas. So anyways, they had a sleeping bag race to keep the morale up of all of us. So all the privates had to stick their sleeping bags over their head and their arms and run. And they spun them around. They spun around a bunch of times. And then they pointed them all in the same direction, run, and they took off. Two of them went 5 feet, bam, just ran straight into each other, knocked heads. They were almost out cold. They were like, they're trying to get up. Get up, private, keep running. You're losing. Yeah, you're losing. What did Sergeant Sanchez say, man? Sergeant Sanchez said something like there's a tiger behind you and he's gonna eat your ass or something like that. Eat your ass. He's gonna bite your ass or whatever. I don't know. And the guy hopped up and like started booking it. But when he booked it, dude, he booked it to the woods. So he went left instead of going straight. And we're like, dude, where are you going? Like, oh my god.
He didn't want to get his ass.
Smith, we're like, Smith, come back. And Smith, oh man, Smith. He's still missing till the day. He's still running. He's still missing.
Even to this day. Legend has it.
But yeah, it was that's fun times, man. That was definitely fun times.
It's our new slogan now. You better watch out, we're gonna eat your ass.
No.
That's gonna be our next Facebook quote post.
No, hey, I didn't say it. Sergeant Sanchez did. Do you take it up with him?
Oh. Quote Sergeant Sanchez.
Ranked up to ass eater.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, jeez. Alright, so Fader, your turn.
Yeah, Bear. Bams is an ex-smoker, so you can tell.
I am an ex-smoker. Anyways.
What are we going at? 27.
Someone
Alright, Fader, your turn.
My turn.
Yeah, I already asked. I asked the funniest story.
What's the most?
Yeah, we started 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1.
What's the most?
I'm thinking.
What's the most painfully physical mission you had to endure? Like how long did you go without food? How long did you have to run? Sheesh. And all that, like all in one mission, like if you were wounded and you had to run and be hungry and all this other stuff.
Here in the States, we went 48 hours, I think, without food. Because we had to do a day mission, then a night mission, then another day mission, and then because of weather or something, we weren't allowed to travel.
Mm-hmm.
And that actually goes overseas also. Because of the weather, sometimes you're not allowed to move or whatever the case. You're not allowed to go outside of base or come in or whatever the case may be. Anyway, so 48 hours here in the States, I think, is the longest we went without sleep and food. And it was rough, dude, because we walked everywhere. And then we had to run a few places because the, in quote, enemy was attacking us, out quote. We had to run drills and missions and land navigations, and we had to, it was almost like a scavenger hunt kind of thing. So like the other people had went out like a day or two before and put certain stuff on trees or marked them or whatever, so we had to go and find all that crap, dude. It sucked. So and then overseas, because of some news, I don't want to use too much terminology there, but some news had come our way about one or more individuals that were in the area of operation that we were at. So we had to go find them, but we didn't know where they were. So we went 54 hours we only ate twice, and we slept 0 hours. It was like 54 hours and I don't know, dude, like 40-something minutes or some crap like that. And we finally got to go back to base. We were outside the wire that whole time. And when we finally got to go back to base, so pretty much like almost 2.5 days. So that sucked. that was like the most enduring mission, dude, because you're tired and you just wanna lay down. But then like you get back in the truck and then we'll move like, I don't know, 50 meters and then get out the trucks, do it all over again, kind of thing. So that was a sucky thing overseas, and then we had plenty of days, plenty of nights where there was no sleep, no food, kind of thing. But it was that was the longest I remembered, 54 hours. Personally.
You mean anybody important in your life, like a world leader, like anybody super, like super high ranked?
Nah. Yeah, I got to go to North Korea and chill out with Kim Jong Un and Trump. Yeah, me and Trump used to chill back in the day.
You and Putin.
Who did I meet? Man. We were traveling, and
Middlebama.
No, no, but I found his birth certificate while we were overseas.
You met President Clinton.
We actually somehow, some way. I'm not allowed to say how or why or whatever, or what way, whatever. But we actually got to have lunch with Saddam's brother-in-law, and I have a picture of him. Saddam's brother-in-law, and I got to get a glimpse of Saddam's sister.
Was she hot?
So it was a glimpse. So, and she was covered head to toe. So no.
Oh.
She's hot underneath.
You know you peeked in the closet when she was changing.
No, I never put a peek in.
She had a body. No.
So, another question: what was the most psychological, challenging thing you had to overcome as a soldier? Like, what was the not the most. What was the hardest thing to overcome psychologically?
All in all.
Yeah, all in all.
Boot camp.
Privates.
Was it like trying not to trying to fall asleep on missions, not eating? Like, what was the most hardest thing you had to overcome? Being alert. Did you ever get tired of being alert all the time? Did you ever, like, I don't know, whatever was the hardest thing for you to get used to?
Hardest thing to get used to was knowing as much as I did. I think that was the hardest challenge, because
like remembering stuff.
Yeah, because once you get out,
it's like it's just gonna come out sometimes, like
out here in the civilian world, it's like you talk to people and you mention stuff and you have a certain lingo, and things like that, and people are like, well, what does that mean? And I'm like, oh crap, maybe I shouldn't have said that, kind of thing. And I think it was just memorizing as much as I did, and then trying to forget, because all of that stuff is classified. No one's supposed to know it except us, but they drill it into you, and you have to memorize all these things. You have to memorize all these weapon systems. You have to memorize grids and radios and trucks and all this other type of stuff, whatever. And then like you get out, dude, and you're just like, what am I going to do with this information, kind of thing. So I think the most challenging and most overcoming thing was memorizing everything, trying to be a subject matter expert at everything. And I got to shoot a lot of different guns. It was fun. But then, and another challenging thing was when it started, I didn't have a lot of trouble with people telling me what to do, because I was always obedient towards my dad and mom. I was always respectful. I still am, towards my mom and dad. And but to have somebody just an inch away from your face, man, and telling you that you're worthless and that you're not going to make it, you're not going to pass, you're not going to do this, you're not going to do that. I mean, having that motivation in a way, but just having them, because they degrade you, they make you feel 2 inches tall, and then they build you up back to like 6 to 8 inches, and then they build you up a foot, and then they build you up to the complete soldier that you're supposed to be, you know, kind of thing. So I guess it's a mixture of that kind of stuff, memorizing all I did, and then getting out, and then not knowing what to do in the civilian world, and then also having to be belittled like a kid, like having to be felt like a kid, because like all those memories, dude, when, you know, drill sergeant, permission to use the latrine. No, you're gonna have to piss your pants. It's just like, Roger, and it's just like, oh crap, like, dude, and like, you know, yeah, or even having your boot come untied, they get pissed. Like, why didn't you tie it correctly in the first place? You know, kind of thing. And they make you do push-ups, or they make you do flyer kicks, or they make you freaking do. I forgot what the other exercises they do, but they would just what called a smoking session, because smoke is supposed to come off of you, or you're supposed to be feeling as light as smoke or some crap like that. Your muscles are supposed to feel all wiggly and crap, whatever. I forget the translation ever, but you know, they just smoke you for every single little thing, man. You know, you had to, whatever the cafe people put on your plate, you had to eat. And some of that stuff was super questionable. It looked nasty. It seriously did. But I was like, well, I'm going to eat it, you know, kind of thing. And then some guys threw up because they worked out so hard, or they work out so hard. Some guys puked. Some guys didn't graduate with us because they couldn't pass, you know, the graduation ruck, whatever. Like, you ruck, I think it's like 10 clicks. So it's a little over 8 miles, I believe. And some guys just couldn't do it. And you had to do it, I think, with like 45 or 60 pounds on your back. And that was nothing after I got to my unit, because we would ruck 100-pound racks, or rucks, whatever. So anywhere from 80 to 100 pounds, whatever. So I think that was like the biggest challenge. It just, the mental part was the biggest thing, because I've never really been a super confident person. And they kind of built me up in some areas.
All right, so last question.
No,
we can close it. It's already good.
What?
It's getting interesting.
That's like a million.
Do you feel?
We can always do a part 2.
Yeah.
Where our fans can ask you questions. Or one fan.
Do you believe you were there for what? Well, I don't know if you can say with the reasons, but Iraq. Like, what? You feel you were there for the right reasons, or the military was there for the right reasons? And we could close with this.
Nah, you're not deciding. We're a team.
We only got 3 more minutes.
What?
Last question from all of us. Then.
I think I think the government lied.
Like, you don't believe that you were there for the right reasons. Like, you guys were there for freedom. Like, they always preach on everything.
We were. Our unit was. Yeah. No, our unit was, because we always attempted to help them be independent, you know, the Iraqi army, the Iraqi police, you know, stuff like that.
But do you feel like that was your guys' job?
It was corrupted as much as, or even more, as Mexico. So it's like, it didn't matter how much training you train these guys. I mean, we had one day, dude, the Iraqi army is just like, yay, you know, we learned all this stuff, thank you so much, you know, because we would work with them and try to train them and stuff. And seriously, man, the next day, they took the trucks and bounced. They just took off. And it's like, where the hell they go? Oh, well, they decided to join the other team with all that knowledge now. So I think that was frustrating. But are you
pointless?
Yeah, now you gotta fight them. Underneath train them.
Yeah, but it's easy. I mean, we didn't teach them everything. No, you don't mess with the 82nd. 82nd's kind of like the Texans of the army. So we were over there for the right reasons. The government probably wasn't. I don't believe the government.
That's what I meant. Like,
the government honestly, placing. I personally didn't agree with the invasion. I didn't. But that's me. But speaking only for me and my behalf, some soldiers, some sailors, some airmen, some Marines, whatever, might disagree with me, and that's perfectly fine. And they might have more military experience than me, whatever. You know, they probably felt, different. And I'm just speaking from personal, but no, I don't think we were over there. The government, whatever, sending us, whatever. We tried our best with what we had and everything, but I like how my friend had told me a long time ago. He said, I didn't serve my government, I served my country. And that's the same attitude my dad had, and that's the same attitude that I had. Like, I didn't go over for the government, I went over for the country. Like, I went over for, my friends, my relatives and stuff. I didn't want them to go through what I'm going through now. So,
But do you think it could have been, like you said, you guys are actually doing it for the country rather than for the government reasons to be over there?
Yeah, kind of. I don't know. Like
now, what would be for a reason to be over there for the countries, for the people of the country, not the government, like business, nothing?
I don't know.
What would be a purpose for you guys to be there for the people, for us?
It's a mix though, because they weren't very prosperous in some areas, so it's like us trying to teach them, how to live on their own, and it's, I guess the easiest way to explain it is kind of like home ec class in high school. You teach to cook, to clean, to put ingredients together and stuff like that, and our unit was kind of doing that for the people that we interacted with. We're teaching them how to shoot, we're teaching them how to clear a room, we're teaching them how to maneuver, we're teaching them how to work as a team. We're teaching them how to better search vehicles and stuff, whatever, because, I don't know. They were annoying some days, and some days we were like, hey, good job, kind of thing. But knowing all what I know now, if I was in charge, I would have done it way different. I would have bombed the crap out of a whole bunch of certain type of areas and just defuse, and we wouldn't be 4,000, however many dead right now, soldiers, which still isn't too bad. Because I think if I'm not mistaken, I think it was like 36,000 in Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
And that was before body armor and all that stuff, whatever. So, and that's Iraq and Afghanistan combined. 4,000 something, I think, is what we're at.
Bam, what's your last question?
No, you go.
No, I'm trying to think.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
You guys played it.
Did you find the Millennium Puzzle over there? No.
Yes. Twice
with the Pharaoh. Do you prefer your life over there than over here?
Yes and no.
What do you mean over there? Like in the military or in the country?
Military.
I'd miss you guys. I'd probably miss my family too, but once you've lived there, you've been there, and
you feel
you've
more
experienced
like you belong
things,
there.
Yeah, you kind of... I think I was one of those people who's like, man, I feel like I belong here, kind of thing, fighting for the cause or doing whatever.
What's the latest you could join? Forgot.
35, I think, or 36.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm not that old. I could join.
No. Let's do it. No.
I'm not joining.
No. We're going to come back. None of you guys are going.
No.
Huh?
No.
We're too weak.
No, it's not.
Then you could train us.
It's not about weakness, dude. No. No, the military's changed, man. You don't want to go into it now. Wait till Mattis cleans it up some more.
Sure. You mean build a wall in there.
Yeah, you're gonna build a wall in the army. Coon, you got anything?
Well, okay.
Go ask. I'm so
What's
big.
that? What's the highest you jumped out of the plane?
Highest jump.
Was there a flat?
Was it a flat when you're up?
Yeah. Was it flat or round?
I saw a curvature.
No.
Oh no, spike trigger. It's coming.
You had contacts. They were curved. No.
2
fish eyes.
2,000 something feet AGL above ground level. I think that's the highest jump I ever had. And that jump was, jeez, man, you were floating forever.
Can you see space? No.
Nah, you can't see space.
Can't see the stars more clear or anything?
I saw my house.
You saw your house.
I can see my house. Yeah, it was over 2,000 feet.
Oh, that's
lowest jump was, I think they told us 650. That was scary, dude. because like you jump out of the plane, shoot, opens ground. It was like, but we were going over, you know, because there were some rumors that we were going to jump in Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to do a high pass over there. You want to do a low pass, and the gunners sweep the area and stuff like that, whatever, and you hop in. One of my brothers got some mustard stain. He actually jumped into Iraq, so that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, how was it? He was like, it was scary as crap, man, but it was fun.
Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna ask. What's the funniest shit that has ever happened to you while you're in the military?
Did we already do that?
Did we do that?
The funniest thing.
No, the funniest thing you did on accident, like the dumbest shit you've ever done on accident.
Oh, I got my question now. All right, go ahead.
Like
It's
the dumbest
fun.
shit. You shoot a rocket launcher and then it barely go whoop right in front of you.
Oh, like stuff
you
like
do
that?
something dumb. Yeah. You take a shit, forgot to flush, and your sergeant yelled at you.
No.
I mean, what's the dumbest shit you've ever done?
Oh man.
Like you're just like fuck, it's all my fault. I fucked up.
Not to me. I don't know.
No, you're the perfect soldier.
No, I'm not gonna say
Captain
it.
America.
I'm not gonna say it, but a lot of my peers kind of saw me as that. I didn't really. I don't know. I hate it when I screwed up. I'm trying to think, man. It's a pretty tough question.
Nothing. Shoot
I
a red bullet.
remember crap. No, I got no. I don't know. I can't remember. I'll have to think about it. We'll
shot a real bullet instead of a blank when you weren't supposed to.
Oh hell no.
You
no.
Talk back. I don't know. You did something.
No.
All right, Kuhn, ask your last question.
All right, so if you could go back in time, what would you change about, like, what would you change about you before you went in?
Like me right now, and I could go back in time and talk to past me.
Yeah, before you joined.
Warn yourself.
Join earlier.
Join earlier?
Yeah.
Work out more.
Because
more protein.
How old were you when you joined again?
More creatine.
22.
More amino acids.
Damn.
But I would have told myself to join when I was like 20. Because, well, the only reason for that is, and to tell myself, like, for all my injuries, so like, to prevent more before getting out and stuff like that, and go Rangers.
Oh yeah.
Oh dude, I had my mindset. I'm gonna be a Ranger like right as soon as I joined.
You too old to join?
I'm going to Rangers. I'm going.
He already joined.
No, I mean the Rangers.
Oh.
Are you too old to join the Rangers now?
No, anybody can go.
Go.
No, I just told you my injuries.
No.
And
take painkillers.
even with my injuries, I can't re-up. I can't go back in because they have all that stuff on file and stuff like that. So I'm disabled for the rest of my life. It kind of sucks. It's a blessing, but it kind of sucks. But would I do it all? Yeah, I would, because when I joined, I went to basic training, AIT, I went to jump school, and then when I got to my unit, 1 month later we deployed. That was it. So I got to my unit, and then like the next month we were boots on ground in Kuwait. That's the only reason I would want to join earlier.
And to go back and say, you need to be you may need to meet BAMs earlier in your life.
So the second part of the question, were you was the training did the training prepare you for your first real combat experience? Were you confident, or were you just like, this is really happening? I don't know what I'm doing, like, or
kind of no, it's nerve-wracking, dude.
I can only imagine, like, going to training and all of a sudden you're in a situation where
does basic training have like martial arts and stuff like that? That's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of gay.
Kind of gay.
It's karate. Yeah, it's kind of gay. No, it's Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and that's all you learn. So it's kind of gay.
So nothing cool like Wing Chun or anything cool like that?
No, we would actually practice. We'd practice on our own.
Oh, you would?
I had passed Muay Thai. I had passed boxing and stuff like that, whatever. So one of my boys was like, gosh, dude, what was it? Shadokan karate or something like that. He was like a 2nd degree black belt.
The League of Shadows.
But he was humble, but he was good.
You know the best fighters are humble.
Oh yeah.
They don't brag about anything. They try to avoid fights. They're like, oh man, it's okay.
Yeah, that's why I teach you guys.
Sorry, are you dead?
And then we had, when I got to my unit, another dude was like a certified instructor in Haganon, which is an Israeli fighting tactic. It's what the Israeli Special Forces use. So he trained us for a while too. And then one of my boys was a really good grappler. Another boy was another fellow Muay Thaier. We had like we had
faded.
We had 3 or 4 awesome boxers, and
that was the stink.
And then and we just had a bunch of different bunch of different styles and stuff. So we would learn on our own. We would train and things. So it was fun.
So you think you were ready then for your first real combat experience due to the training, or what would you have done differently as an instructor, as knowing your combat experience, and what would you teach somebody else?
Like, you think you're more ready or more psyched? Like what?
I was definitely psyched.
Not that kind of, yeah, but
I was definitely psyched. No, I wasn't prepared. That's why I said I would want to go in earlier, so I wouldn't have to just hop over. I mean, it was kind of cool, but then again, it was kind of like nerve-wracking because
you're just thrown right in the middle.
You're thrown right in the middle of it, and then you're once you go on your first mission and crap happens, and it's just like, holy smokes, man, this is real. Like this is not what I learned at basic training, kind of thing, So it's weird. Strange, weird, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like, you only train for something, but the real deal is the real deal. You can't. It's like you could practice all you want, but if you never get game time, you're never going to be ready.
Yeah, you can train to be a boxer, but if you never get in the ring with anybody, dude, you're useless.
Yeah,
pretty much. I mean, it's a good thing that you would never use it, but it's also kind of like, well, you don't know where your weaknesses are at, kind of thing.
Until you try it.
Yeah, that's why I like watching cage fighting. It's just like, oh man, he shouldn't put his left down too soon, or he should have dipped this way, or he should have shot in here, and blah blah whatever. And I watch that stuff and sit there and observe.
So I gotta train us.
And then
practice.
Yeah, soon, maybe this weekend. So anything else?
No.
Cut it.
We'll do.
Yeah.
We'll cut it.
One more.
One more from Bams, and then we're done.
What's the funniest thing? Oh shit. Man, I forgot.
Alright, well, we're gonna do a part 2. It's really gonna be an hour.
No. Damn, already?
Yeah.
Oh, crap. My bad.
Well, I have one small question before we close.
Go ahead. Well, I think of mine.
No, that's it.
I forgot it.
This is it.
Give me a second.
We'll ask him off air.
Was there a lot of Muslim people with you?
Oh, that's what I was
in the
asking.
military,
I remember now.
like brothers.
Okay.
And if they were they like? Would you guys offend them? Like, were you guys like joking around? Are you guys being serious about like racial stuff that they probably said for some people?
To my knowledge, no.
No,
we didn't have any.
You didn't have any? You didn't see
Most of them were like agnostic, atheists. We had a small percentage of Christians.
You have Mormons?
We had Catholics. We had we didn't have any Mormon. We had ex-Jehovah's Witness. And he would tell us some weird stories, man. About,
Talking.
Yeah. Talking was there. I was talking.
Did you see any like weird type of people there, like masonry people or anything, running anything weird like that?
No.
There you go, conspiracy theorists. No.
There's
Illuminati in the military.
Saw a dude with 3 fingers. Massive 3 fingers like Ninja Turtle.
What?
Seriously. Yeah, I got a picture of him. I'll show you guys later.
That's crazy.
And then, oh no, if I tell you about that, I'll give it away. Anyways, but yeah, that was one of the weird guys I saw. And then there's another dude with 2 thumbs on each hand. That was weird too.
Double thumbs?
Yeah, a local.
Yeah, 2 thumbs up.
A local, and he could wiggle both of them. So like he would shake your hand, then like touch the inside right here with his other thumb.
That must have been like the weirdest.
Or wait, what was it? Hold on, if you shake hands. Yeah, his other thumb would sit there and tap your knuckle like that. So it'd be like, oh my god. So yeah, that was, you'd meet a lot of weird people. Saw.
He was in the military, or he was a...
No, he was a local.
A local,
an Iraqi.
Mucho local.
I don't know where I heard this from, but I heard the majority of the military, the United States military, they kind of have the majority of the military go to church. Is that true?
No, you're not forced.
But the majority is like they like encourage it for you guys to go to like to a Christian church or something.
No, they just encourage you to go to like service, but you can pick whatever service. Yeah, you can pick whatever service you want. They have Christian, they have Catholic, they have they even have Jewish services. Not many go there, but they have like Jewish services, whatever. They have like they ask you what your religion is, whatever, and then they tell you what bus to take, and the bus takes you to whatever building.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we're gonna close it. We're starting to be an hour. Any last?
Is there anything that we haven't asked you, but is there anything you want to
in 5 minutes
open up and talk about yourself, or you want to bring up that we haven't actually asked you? Got the chance that you think we should?
No, it's getting kind of long, so like we'll do a part 2 and stuff like that. But you and viewers, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm not going to take any questions from you guys.
He'll take one.
So don't. No.
Ask him how many kills he has.
It's a kill streak.
How many shots have you fired?
Tomato count.
You think that rocket launcher is still on the ground right there? Or did you guys move it?
Which one?
Did you get
the one that knocked you on your ass?
Oh, hell no. They disposed of that.
They disposed of it?
Yeah. The EOD came along and...
Should have kept it.
Oh, okay.
And the doc had checked me out, and I had like a...
That would have been so cool. You took a picture?
That's small.
You took a picture like for the rest of your life?
Oh, dude, I wish I would have, but...
Picture's probably stuck in his head.
But, yeah, no, the picture's still in my head, trust me. But I can still remember that day, but...
Draw it out.
But when
I know, draw it out, dude.
When I looked back up, looked through my boots, saw the rocket... You know, you just you're like, oh, you're trying to get up and get away.
Man, I'm gonna see if I can have that drawn out, kind of.
But
you can hang it on your wall. That'd be cool.
Thank you guys for your support. If you see a veteran, not stolen valor, not those dweebs, but if you see a veteran, man, hey, say thank you. We are greatly appreciated.
Buy him food.
And appreciateful or whatever of all you guys' support and stuff, you know. And if you don't support the troops, then you know you need to. It's not their fault that they go to war. It's the government's. So you know,
can't blame.
Complain.
Yes,
Yeah,
blame the government.
Blame the government.
No, seriously, we do need to blame the government.
Yeah,
for that bullshit. Especially for the mistreatment.
But don't blame the soldiers. It's not their fault. We're just following orders, you know, kind of thing. We want to serve our country. You know, a bunch of us join for different reasons and stuff like that, whatever. But yeah, think of that. We get treated way better than the Vietnam vets, man. Way better. My dad has plenty of stories on how he got treated back in the day. So you see a vet, say thank you. If you don't know a vet, get to know one. And that's pretty much it, man. Thank you and good night. It's already 4 a.m, so we gotta we gotta go.
We gotta work at 6. So.
Yeah.
All right. So in the words of Bear, run or eat your ass.
Just do it.